Good evening, everyone. We're going to start in around 4 minutes. And it looks like almost every team is filled. That is very good to see. Very good. There we go. The stream is live. Very good. Good evening, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I see a few familiar names in chat already. Possibly people to be racing again. Good evening. We got one of our owners, Aero, in the Trident. Let's see who his teammate is. Oh, he doesn't have a teammate yet. What a shame. What a shame. Cars are first pick or first come first serve. So, you know, that's always interesting. Somebody in chat was saying that MP Motorsport would be the first one to pick, and well, actually one of the last cars to be picked. So let's go through the teams before we start in 2 minutes, or maybe a little bit more until we fill the grid. We got Agalos in the Dams. We got Eli and Williux in both in the Uni Virtuosi racing cars. Never seen them before, so I'm interested to see how they do. Abby Rec from Tier 3, if I recall correctly. Dangerous Dove, if I recall correctly, either Tier 3 or Tier 1. Not really familiar with all the tiers. And we got Los Axelos and Pontus Johansson. Pontus Johansson being one of the title contenders in Tier 2. So we'll see. It's interesting to see how he will get on. As well as Igor, consistent point scorer in Tier 2. Hyped Scholze, or Schulze. I think a Renault driver in Tier 1. Yes, he is. And so yeah, that looks to be a Sauber Junior team. Looks to be a pretty good team. And we got Hutari in the MP Motorsport. Oswaldo Romeo. Well, there's a familiar name. And Utako Logan, both in the BWT Arden. And then for Prema, who of course this year we're doing pretty good. Both Tambi and Erminator. Erminator being in Tier 1, never mind, in Tier 3, but also... Wait, is he in Tier 3? In Tier 3, and the Sprint League, and he's a commentator for Tier 2. So good to see him racing as well. And well, there we have it, our owner. Still alone in the Trident. What a shame, what a shame. Not even a full grid. I would have expected a full grid today, but hey ho. I was gonna be joined by Booma today, my best friend and co-commentator for this, but he's sick. So, well, when you're sick, you can't commentate. So I guess I'm alone here, but it'll be fine. Gang signs and prayer. I see some supporters already. Nah, I don't think it's Corona. It's not the symptoms for Corona. He doesn't have those. So, no. All right, apparently we're going, as I just read in the chat. Hello, Cedric. I'm having fun as well. Yes, I'm having a lot of fun. Today's going to be interesting. One-shot qualifying on a 50% and then a 5-lapper. It's going to be spicy. Let's get this party on the road, as Pontus is saying. I agree. 17 drivers. Pretty good turnout. That's good. Yep. That definitely helps Logie Bear. Well, I'm interested to see because if you haven't seen the Twitter post that RDO made on the main account, on the Twitter ALR, no, F2 Formula 2 is a spec series, so that means that every car is basically the same speed. So now all comes down to driver. Which is going to be really, really good. But let me run you through all the drivers. We have 5 Tier 1 drivers, Tier 1 being our fastest. We have 3 Tier 2 drivers, 7 Tier 3 drivers, and Tier 3 is a bit of a mix between the pace of 1 and 2, but they race on Sundays, because they couldn't on Thursdays. Then we have 1 returning driver. I don't really know who that is, actually. And we have 4 new drivers. And let's see how they get along. Good luck, everyone. We're loading in right now. It's a one-shot qualifying, so, well, if you invalidate or if you mess it up, that is up to you. Let me open up my lap data, my minimap. Well then, let's go on board with the current pole sitter as we go through the lap. Oh, and I think you validated. Yes, he did. Such a shame, you invalidate so quickly through Eau Rouge. Yeah, I see, Oswaldo. Well, I'm glad to have him back. Currently in 2nd place, 3rd. He goes into 2nd sector. Such a hard corner this. You can cut it. You can go so many ways in this. And these F2 cars obviously not having the same downforce as Formula 1 cars, so you gotta watch out for that. It's interesting to see that Hutari actually still is in 9th on the mediums. That's brave. And from what it looks like right now, is Tier 2 is on top in qualifying. Igor and Pontus Johansson are both doing really well. Going into Sector 3. Get as wide of a line as possible and then full throttle through this. As we see them coming up. Blanchimont. See, in these cars, even in these F2 cars, it's a full throttle race. Or full throttle corner. Into the bus stop. Don't outbrake yourself. Ooh, Pontus Johansson had a really, really good bus stop. And he gets pole by only 7/100ths of a second. That is really, really close. Very well done, and so many people invalidated. Wow. That... Yep. Eau Rouge, I think. 2 seconds off your PB. I mean, Logie Bear, what did you expect? People that are top of tier 2. Wow, words. I'm great. Top of tier 2. Really well done. So close. And Pontus Johansson already getting those first 4 points. Yeah, but that's time trial, you know. Time trial is never the same as a race, and you know that. You have enough experience. Yep, pole position gets you 4 points. That's really good for Pontus. Now he just needs to carry that on into the race. F1 champ KP and hyped to get up top. Well, we'll see where they are. And 2 points for fastest lap in every race too. That's gonna be really interesting, especially in spec cars. Well, thank you. Yeah, no formation lap. Every driver who is watching, there is no formation lap as that setting is just not available. I have honestly not driven the F2 cars on this game, so I have no idea what the tires are like, how the downforce is feeling, how it compares to last year's game. I have no idea, so it's gonna be an exploration all along the way. Currently waiting for everyone. Whilst all the lights are on. And okay, we're already off. That was a little bit of a weird start, but Pontus Johansson gets a decent start as Agalos is already alongside him, cutting back. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. Nobody in the wall. That's good, that's good. Clean start all around. Pontus with a nice gap. Let's move through the midfield. Too wide up to our Rouge. Not giving any space whatsoever. Oh. Yup, there's some carnage right there. Agalos getting some damage by some contact. And then we see Axelos or Alexos. He muscled his way through right there, and RDO had a really good start actually. I don't even know where he came from. Only one play. Oh, he was in P4. I didn't even notice. Hyper Schultz disconnecting sadly. Due by the really bad start. Yeah, and Agalos is his damaged wing is just not doing him any favors. He's gonna have to pit on lap 1, which is not great. And as Envy spins around, losing half of his wing as well. Yeah, people may have gotten warnings for contact, yeah. And we'll get some stewards reports probably after the race as well. It's gonna be interesting to see, as I'm a steward too. Pontus Johansson already in a comfortable lead with his teammate, well, his quote-unquote teammate, as there's no teammates in this F2 Cup. With his in-game teammate following. And where did RDO go? RDO had a little bit of a kerfuffle as well. Now we see Abbey Wreck within a second Igor, who will have the least amount of downforce and will carry the most speed throughout the straight. Intense. Yeah, just not quite close enough. This F1 champ gets closer to Otaku Logan, aka Logie Bear. See how he fares in sector 2. Maybe just runs a really low downforce setup as he locks his brakes and goes a little bit wide, losing half a second to the car in front. Yeah, RDO made the lobby. Go back on board with Igor as he is now really close to Abbey Wreck. Here we can see how closely he is following behind. Only 2/10. Will he try a move at Blanchimont or run up to bus stop? Do a little lift. I was a little bit cautious. That may cost him time in the long run. And now Otaku Logan is also almost within a second. 4/10. Only 4/10. As he goes into the pits already. Lap 3 might have gotten damage. Very interesting. As we see a battle between Otaku and F1 champ. Will he lock up again? Oh, he loses out on the... Oh, as Dangerous Dove gets a 5-second penalty for entering the pit lane too quickly. This pit lane entry is really tricky. Just don't hit your front wing, don't speed. It's really, really tricky. F1 champ having the pace but keeps making mistakes, which is not what we like to see. These F2 cars of course have got DRS, and it is lap 3, so DRS is enabled. There are no safety cars in this race, which also means that we won't see that. Which means that DRS will not get disabled throughout the whole race. Pontus Johansson just dominantly out front, extending his lead ever so slightly. And I am having no more intervals. That's great. Great game. The game is doing me all kinds of favors right now. I can't... Great. I guess I'll just have to judge by how close people are. Because Otaku is now in a sandwich. Also closing up to Abby. Oh, F1 champ. What a move around the outside. Very nicely done. Just had the slipstream. Was able to pull it off. Will he be able to fend off Otaku Logan, who will probably send it? He's gonna brake early. Try and get the switchback. And oh, his launch was just way better. But Otaku Logan has the DRS. Will lead up going to Blanchimont. Again, he's trying to cut back, and again he has the better launch. This will mean that Otaku Logan will get the DRS. Why did you try and put a move down there on the inside? Why just not stay behind it? Okay, yeah, I don't get that. It may just be me. DRS not doing that much, only winning the 10th. He was heavily compromised, of course. As Tambi gets another 3-second time penalty. Lots of people with penalties today, which can shake up the grid massively. I also need to remind you that only the top 8 will score points. Or as I recall. RDO just barely hanging on to the points. In the second race, the 5-lapper that will come after this on the same track, top 8 will be reversed. So RDO could just end hype. Skolcik could just have done a masterpiece by messing up in the beginning. Or not messing up. Hype didn't mess up in the beginning. His internet just went, but we know how this game is with the internet. It just doesn't do great. Let's look at the tires. 3 laps old. RDO said the pit was probably lap 5. It'll be interesting to see who's going to pit. Oswaldo goes in. Schultz goes in. As the battle for 4th goes on, there's a little bit of contact. Still so clean, so clean. Will he try to make a move this time? As he goes on the inside, that has to be a warning. That has to be a warning for corner cutting. Let's go on board with him. See him close the gap. It's not enough. He doesn't have the straight line speed to go past him. One champ has a really good straight line speed. Wow, I did not expect him to try something right there. Loki kinda missed it. As Erminator retires from the race, such a shame. Otaku Logan going wide again. Might be struggling a little bit with grip. Only 4 laps old tires. One champ trying to close up to ALR, but he's quite a bit back. So he has just made up 3/10 throughout those 2 corners. Probably has a better top speed or lower downforce setup than ALR. Will they go in? They go in. Top 3 goes in. Top 4 goes in. 5 goes in. I reckon RDO goes in as well. Top 6 has gone in. Now, hyped Schulze. This will be interesting. Where will he come out? Because everybody's in the pits right now. He's going through Blanchiment up to the... You spun? I thought you got clipped or something, but I didn't catch it. So I figured there was something that went wrong. Hyped Schulze was in P7 before the pit stops. Where will he be now? He has jumped RDO with pitting a lap earlier. Very, very interesting. Oh no, never mind, he hasn't jumped him. He has created a bigger gap than it was before. RDO wasn't out. RDO was just in the pits, and these cars are slow in the pits, so these are long pit stops. And as I say that, ALR has jumped, has been jumped by F1 champ. Now that is really, really interesting. It was back around 2-ish seconds, so either ALR had to change his wing, which cost him the seconds he had, or there was an issue with all the cars going into the pits and F1 champ just had the favorable exit. Because there were more cars than only those 2 in the pit lane at the time. I cannot change my... Now I can. I was about to say I can't change this settings in my... Williux still on the softs. I think his tires might be giving out as he's now being on the straight, being overtaken by medium runners. I think his tires are just dead. Dangerous Dove, who has pitted, of course, in one of the earlier laps. Oh, and there was contact right there. Oh, yeah, that just spun around. That might be a Stewards report, not gonna lie. Dangerous Dove just getting a little bit too handy. Now, 2 cars within a second of 7th place. They are smelling the points, having only 6 laps to go. Stanby sets the fastest lap. I'm not gonna lie, I did expect that. Tanby is really quick. Oh, and the toe from Oswaldo, getting them both. What a move. What a move. Now he just needs to hold on to it, as also Dangerous Dove has the softs. that are the quicker tire, but they may lose some grip in the upcoming 1 or 2 laps. This Aguilas actually gets past Dangerous Dove. I've got a feeling that the lap chart is still not updated correctly, because the top has been longer on those mediums than it shows. That's great. Pontus has a 6.5 second gap over F1 champ. Both on the same strategy. F1 champ showing a lot of pace. As Josh gets another 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, which is really easily had if you go through, well, the first sector, specifically going wide into turn 1 or out of turn 1, going through Eau Rouge, cutting a little bit on the coming up the hill. Oh, as Oswaldo almost loses it. This will make him have a terrible run up to Eau Rouge. Is he already going to get past before it? Squeezes off. Dangerous Dove. Oh, he manages to stay ahead. I have no idea, but he'll get picked off right now, as Igor will now have has the double toe, which is perfect for him if these people if these two squabble for a little bit. As he, wow, what a move on Dangerous Dove. Dangerous Dove just falling back from the pack. Igor just lands a beautiful line. And there's 4 laps old mediums, which is, not gonna lie, pretty good. As we see a Renault out of the race. And yup, he's binned it. He's binned it right there. You can so easily lose it on that curb. This time he gets another penalty. What a shame, Eli, what a shame. Let me see, where are we gonna watch? Yeah, I like to watch this a little bit. Otaku and Logan. Otaku, of course, being in Tier 3 and RDO being in Tier 1. Otaku gets another penalty, and both being squirmy and losing the back end a little bit on the exit of last turn. Well, it's not that hard actually, I've done it before. Basically, you go wide on the exit curb and then you want to steer in so you can get the wide entry into the left-hander. And by going wide onto the curb on the right-hander, you can lose the back end and just go into the wall. Done it before, and especially in these F2 cars which have less downforce, it's easier. We're gonna go through that part again, and I'll can watch on board with him. If you go wide here, just grab a little bit of that too much curb and just swerve onto the right. It's really easy. You can see Igor and Dangerous Dove taking really different lines for both those corners. Pontus Johansson, if we look at the gap still, it's still the same. As Hyper Schultz is actually catching up Abby Wreck. Los Alexos. It's another 3-second penalty. I don't know how many seconds people have, but it is a lot. I've seen a lot of penalties this far. Oh, going a little wide, that might be a warning. Might not, depending on how forgiving the game is. Hyper Schultz is closing up the gap quite rapidly. Will he try to make a move, or will he not? I think Hype Schultz just got the fastest lap of the race, which will give him 2 extra points at the end of the race if nobody else. It's as Igor gets another 3-second penalty. Doesn't want that because, well, dangerous stuff is within the 3-second gap, as Hyped gets a really good run up the hill and has a DRS still. Going to be able to create a gap. Slipstream is not enough. Doesn't Weave just chooses his line but then loses it. Oh dear. That's not good for his tire temps. Still recovered though, what a drift king. Wow. I personally don't think Abirek is going to be able to keep up with Schultz. And as I say that, F1 champ has now decreased the gap by a second over the past 2 races. Honestly, I don't know. The tires aren't that old yet, so the tires should probably be quite alright. We got 4 laps to go. I think when the tires will get a little bit iffy is like lap 12, 13, but they should be good right now. As you can see, most people are still on 3 or 4 lap old mediums, and the mediums last longer than the softs. We've seen that if you go like 6-ish, 7 laps on the softs, you definitely lose pace. So being able to do 7 laps on the medium should be perfectly doable. The tires shouldn't be an issue, really. Unless you're really bad for tire wear, but I don't expect people that are really quick, like Hype Schultz and F1 Champ, to be struggling with that. Hypes, of course, disconnected in the first lap, was able to come back, get control of his car, which is sometimes still an issue in this game. Let's see how he takes it. Not as great of a run as last time. He will have the DRS. I can see him close the gap. Yeah, I'd say lockups and like a drift that we saw them do earlier, like that. Lockups, that'll definitely get some flat spots on your tires and wear them out quicker. Both F1 Champ and Hyped are running no ABS. As you can see, they're locking up really easily. Just because they're pushing so hard. They shouldn't be battling because Pontus would just get the win if they keep battling. Hyped wants to get by. Feels like it's quicker. Has a better run through there. F1 Champ locking up that right side, which probably not be doing that great. Hype gets a good run through here. Let's see, will he try something before Blanchiment? He will. He goes out to the outside. Will he get squeezed off? He's on the grass. A little bit of a squeeze there, but perfectly fine. He goes for the Ricardo-esque dive bomb, but he gets it stopped. No contact. As we see Stan Rosema join in. Oh, very good save from Hyped. He lost the back end and just... wow. Lost the back end and still managed to avoid the physical contact, which will put him on the back foot because he was a little bit quicker, but he just couldn't get past, and I don't think he'll be able to get past in the last 2 laps. As it looks, let's see how Pontus is doing. Pontus is just so consistent. From pole position, good start, grabbed a good lead, just extended it. It's getting a little bit smaller now, but still super consistent, as we see in Tier 2 as well in the Formula 1 league. He's just so consistent. Sometimes his qualifying isn't up there, but he makes up for it in race pace and consistency. And Hyped is again already closed up his 7/10 of a second gap that he had already in half a lap. So we'll see if this will become a last lap battle for 2 podium places. Who will end out on top? On top meaning second and third, of course. His first place looks to be already decided. They squirm to try and get the best line. If Hypes doesn't lock up right now, he will have a great run up to Eau Rouge and through the Camel Straight. Since he didn't have the best run, one champ did have a good run. Slipstream, how strong is it? The run was good. The hill was good. DRS open. Will we get to see a dive or will he cover it off? He doesn't cover it off. Side by side still. There is contact. MB is disqualified. Oh dear, oh dear. This F1 champ holds on to the place. But how many penalties do they have? That is also a really interesting factor, because if we look at gap to the leader, we see that from P2 to P5 is all within 3 seconds. So if you have one more 3-second penalty than the guy in front of you, or the guy behind you, you're gonna lose out on that place, which means that RDO might be picking up some places because he is pretty good on the penalties. Well, not getting them, of course. They're side by side as Hyped goes past, but who will get the dive bomb? Oh, this is so close. Let's just go through, and Pontus wins the race as Hyped gets out ahead out of the bus stop. This is so close. Hyped had more penalties, and every wreck gets onto the podium. RDO getting 4th place, F1 getting 3rd, Hyped getting 5th, Otaku 6th, Oswaldo getting 7th, maybe? Yes. Igor, ooh, he had a few penalties. Alex had less penalties than Igor. Igor, get your act together. Get less penalties. Otherwise you could have gotten a point here. Josh with another 3-second penalty. Yeah, you almost had Abby. Yep, or Zabi. Yep. Agalos gets Dosh, but it doesn't matter. This is not a top 10. This is a top 8. And then we see Williux. Yep, P10. Pontus well done on the win, just dominated, really. And yep, Alex, Los Alexos is actually getting pole right now. That's really good, and I'm not gonna lie, Hyped. He went down by penalties. But a P4 starting position for the 5-lapper that's coming up is pretty good. It's going to be somebody to watch out for. There it is. Hyped. Driver of the day. The game says so, I guess. Okay, I like to see that, Agalos. I like to see that. Show me what you got. Okay, see you, Cedric. There it is. So many penalties. As we look at the standings right now, Pontus having an immense lead already due to his pole position. I don't know who got fastest up. I think it was Hyped because he has 12 points, which is good. Yeah, you're 900s off. Oh. Yep, that's a shame, RDO. I mean, F1 Champ was even closer. Even closer. Well, I mean, Hyped, you should... Hyped, you're in P4 for this race. So that's good. You should be able to get a good start. Ha ha ha! Rain! It is rain, ladies and gentlemen, for the 5-lapper. How many people will DNF here? How many? And it's lights out and away we go already. As Alexos just gets a pretty good start. And Oswaldo, not the greatest start. Most of these people don't run traction control, so this will be really, really hard. Oh, we see oh, there's lots of carnage right here. Wings everywhere. There's some people around already. This is not going great for all these people. As we now have 18 people on the grid. Oh, jeez. Otaku Logan is out. On the straight, he just crashed out. I don't know what happened there as I was watching the back. F1 Champ had a really good start. And RDO just outbraking himself. Yeah, Logan, I don't know what happened there, but I think there was a little bit of contact. And Igor retires. Ooh. This is not going well. And RDO, he bottles it again. Wait, that wasn't RDO, was it? Huh? My screen, that was. Oh, that was F1 Champ. F1 Champ bottled it. He bottled it. It wasn't even RDO. Still waiting for the RDO though. Too low. Pontus Johansson staying out of all of the carnage. And just already up in third. He started P8. RDO being really, really close to Oswaldo. Already passed. That's how easy it is, really. I'm wondering, has RDO turned on a little bit of traction control? As we now see Pontus within half a second, as we see some people pit because of course they got damaged through that start. And Williux is out of this session. Didn't even see where he was. Agolos, no, you did not just retire in the pit lane. Oh dear, oh dear. I feel sorry for you. Yeah, Terminator, you weren't allowed into the pits. Pontus now being 4/10 behind. And the teammate, oh, he dives it down the inside. Really brave move here in the rain. You can definitely see who has the confidence. Then Rosama starting from the back of the field because he wasn't here for the first race. Already up in 7th. Definitely somebody to watch out for because he is quick. In tier 1 he already is quick. There is a Rema, I think it is. Off in sector 1. Might just be Terminator. I think it is. Will Dangerous Dove do something? Try and get that position back, or is 4/10 too far back? It is too far back. Especially here in the rain. It doesn't have the greatest exit though, Alexos. We go through Eau Rouge once again. SPQ in a Spa, yeah. I mean, it is a tough track, especially in these cars. There's no DRS, of course. You can see, if you look at the setup, that Dangerous Dove is running... one of these two cars is running way more camber. Alexos is running way more front camber than Dangerous Dove. Way more. Interesting to see all the setup differences. And RDO and Oswaldo already off into the distance. Honda's probably looking to get that gap a little bit smaller. I don't think you got hit on purpose. Forward to seeing the clips. What do we do? Pontus now being only 3/10 behind Oswaldo. It's just a good track for Pontus, or is he just really good in the F2 cars? Or both, who knows? Oh, Oswaldo having a little bit of a back and stepping out, which opens it up to Los Alexos. I call him Alex for now because it's way easier. That looks really sketch through Eau Rouge. Really sketch as Alex comes in the slipstream. Around the outside? Question mark. Ah, it's not enough. It's all over the back of him though. Which also creates a little... Ooh. Was there a better exit? Look how close this battle for P3 is. Squirming all over the back of Oswaldo Romeo. Dangerous Dove and Hutari and Stan Rosema all within the second. This is the place you want to be on the circuit right now. And as we look on board with Stan, you see how close this is. Tries to go for a move here. Yeah, that gap was rapidly closing. Los Alexos goes... Oh, Oswaldo Romeo. Yeah, that is... Oh, jeez. Yeah, that wasn't the greatest rejoin. That was not the greatest rejoin. That is unfortunate, Oswaldo. That is really unfortunate. No, TBWT. I mean... Felix Sung is just P16, he DNF'd. Gallows. Or what do you mean your bet is on? Your bet on winning? I'd say RDO has a really good shot. Especially because he has a 5-second gap. Oh, I don't know. I honestly don't have an idea. Wow, what a camera angle was that? I want to see more of that. As Hutari sends it down the inside. Will Stan Rosema try to get this position back on the last lap of the race? RDO just has an immense gap. Then going down the inside. It's a little bit of contact. Still side by side. I mean, it is possible, but wow, you can just see the confidence these two have in their cars in the rain. As Alexos gets a 2-second time penalty, probably for corner cutting. That might hurt him getting a podium. Dan usually really good with not getting any penalty, so he might pick up a place here if Dangerous does have a penalty, or if he can get within 2 seconds of the car in front. Well, we're basically doing a 50% F2 Cup, so a 50% race of the first one is 13 laps and the 50% of this one is a 5 lap, otherwise you can't do it. As we get to the checkered flag, as RDO gets the win, followed closely by Pontus and Los Alexos. Stan gets 4th, Hutari gets 5th on penalties. No TC, RDO. Very, very well done. I did not expect that. Don't worry, RDO. Ambi, after getting disqualified, he's not finding his pace here in these F2 cars. What a shame. Josh George and Erminator not having their day. Ah, no worries, RDO. If you can transfer the ownership of the room or of the lobby to me, I'll do it. My internet is stable now. Hope your girlfriend is okay. Good luck at the hospital. RD with the win. Sadly, he can't get this form on to Suzuka as we see Terminator across the pit line, across the line. Driver of the day, Stan Rosama. I would have guessed that. He did really well. Came from basically last place to P4. Very well done for him. From him. Well then, RDO on the podium, and again, 2 Campos drivers on the podium. They're doing really, really well. Pontus probably going further ahead in the standings. Not that many penalties. Very well done, everyone. We look at the driver standings. Pontus has a 12-point lead over RDO. A few drivers still to get a point. Tambi, who I not expected to get not a point, but he hasn't yet. Stan slotting into 8th place. Who got fastest lap actually? Hyped got fastest lap. Wow. That is a really impressive fastest lap. 2 minutes 10 while everyone was doing a 2:13 at best. As we wait in the loading screen, of course. Otaku. Can you transfer our lobby ownership to me, please? See if we can get... Oh, he can't. He can't do that, of course. Might not be possible, actually. Is your internet okay? How is your internet? Can you host? Because if so, you're just gonna have to host. Yeah, okay. Everyone ready up, I guess. The settings are still good. Still the same. We're on to Suzuka. Ready up, ready up. There we go. We are heading off again. But now, all the way to the Asian continent, to Japan, to Suzuka. The track that flows, as a lot of people say. and we will see who will come out on top, who will lead out of the first week from the F2 Cup. We will have one more event next week. Oh, hyped. I hope you will be making some juicy moves. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Some more rain. We have some more rain, ladies and gentlemen. You love to see it. I wouldn't say I bring bad rain, but usually when I race, it rains. So, or when I'm in a lobby, it rains. So, sorry, not sorry. See Pontus saying, so sick of the rain. Well, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to do that again. Let's go on board with Igor. Will he get pulled this time, or will it get... Oh, and we go into turn 1. And still everything is just up for grabs. As Tambi and Stan Rosema, I expected them to be up there. They're really quick, one of the quickest in tier 1. Tari, I don't really know. Let's go on board with Ambi. He does seem to be flying. Coming out of sector 1, looking really stable. Will he lock up here? Hyped! Getting a really good run through sector 1. Being in pole position actually right now. Where did he come from? Hyped and Tambi. Battling it out. Not sure where or how close Stan and Hutari are, or Pontus for that matter. But they are close. Will Tambi or Hyped get it? Going through Spoon. Let's just ride on board. Because I honestly don't have any idea how quick you can take 130R. That is sketch in the rain. That is really sketch. Now don't lock up here. Don't cut the corner too big. Cut it a little bit. Oh, and Hyped got an invalid lap. Oh jeez. Man. Luck is nothing else on his side. Ambi just dominant in qualifying. 0.8 of a second. Such a shame that Hyped invalidated there. And Pontus just being as consistent as ever. Continuing his good form. Tambi now with his first 4 points of the F2 Cup. Will he get more? We will see after the break. I'm just joking. We're gonna see in 15 seconds. Oh, consistency definitely is key. Look at Pontus. Pontus is the main factor of consistency right here at the moment. You're gonna show who you are? Well, I like to see that. You are here to state your claim on the track of Suzuka. And I want to see that. Don't be too quick though. Well, don't be too quick on the moves. Be patient. Don't punt others off. We have a dry race, ladies and gentlemen. The 50% race is a dry race. Waiting on everyone to ready up. slides out and away you go. Such fast slides every time here, as Campos gets both Campos get quite a good run, but Dangerous Dove, what a move. Oh, and there's a car off. Oh, and it's carnage back there. This is not going well for a lot of people. F1 champ and Agalos. Ah, he's caught out again. Yep, he's not having the best race, and Alex is out. That is really unfortunate, as Tambi now tries to get... Oh, there's more yellow flags even. F1 champ, Willux. Not going well, I'll tell you that. We are, of course, in the 50% race, which means that people will have to pit. Looking at the start, Igor has made up 6 places, Hyped has made up 6 places, Dosh has made up 7 places. Quite a lot of losers as well. Losers in terms of place. Atari missing out on 4 places on the start, and Eli on 2. He just didn't have the best start, I could see that already. Is within a second of Tambi. Will he be able to cling on, or does Tambi have to get more pace? For now. Ooh, as Dosh goes into the gravel. Going wide, and oh no. Yep, you can see that didn't go well. Terminator and Dosh just collected each other. You could see it in the left corner behind the timing screen. Got a 10-second penalty. It is not looking good for Terminator. He's just not having his day. Oswaldo? You're sure those are the right tires, mate? You're sure those are the right tires? I think you're still in qualifying mode. You're on those. Yeah, that hasn't gone well, has it? Yeah. Oof. Yep, Terminator, you are not having the best of luck today. And now close to Dangerous Dove. Only 4/10 Stan, of course, looking to make up those points that he has missed by missing the first race. Without DRS. Going to the outside. Oh, there's contact. Ooh. Just barely went okay. Will we see a move, or will he be patient? Gosh, it's a 5-second penalty in the pit for speeding in the pit lane. Hyped is back into the points. You can see that he's made up 9 places already. Ooh. Dove getting a little bit on the grass there. That compromises run up to the hairpin corner. Always forget the name. I don't know, F2 cars are hard to drive, you know. See a yellow flag. I think that's Willux. Again as Stan. A little bit of a touch to go let him go wide, but he gives the position back. I think Dove had a legal overtake, which means that they've slowed down that much that Hutari is also getting into the mix. Stan getting a 3-second time penalty. This is not something that is usual for him. And they're both just losing. Everyone is losing out on Tambi. Tambi's doing really well. Agalos. There's an Igor close behind him. With the DRS open, will he get the move done? Goes to the outside. Going to such a fast corner. Make sure you don't have contact because otherwise you spin out so easily. You're still behind him. But Igor, will he go for a move? He's on the outside. Has to back out. Goes around the outside again. Will he go on the grass? He clips the curb. Manages to save it. They're going inside each other. Okay. That is not how... Ladies and gentlemen, that is not how an F2 car usually passes another F2 car, but... Hey ho. This is F1 2020, where everything is possible. Then we look at Hutari again. Will he go for a move? Will he go for a move? Let's get on board for a little bit, shall we? A little bit of a... Hutari is patient. I was gonna say a little bit of a dive bomb, but no, he is patient. He just wants to get that DRS done, I think. He's going in already. Lap 5. To be expected, to be fair. There's a lot of people not go in. The gaps are quite big at this time, but that's because of stops. So you know, it happens. You gotta deal with it. Be interesting to see because I'm expecting Stan to hit this lap as well as Tambi and see where they come out. Will the undercut or the overcut be more powerful? Tambi goes into the pits. Stan going into the pits too. Dove going also into the pits, and most importantly, it is now to see where Pontus is compared to Tambi. Let's go on board with him. He goes through 130 yards. Eli gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That is not good, my friend. Igor gets a 5-second penalty in the pit lane. And me coming out of the pits right now. The gap was 2 seconds. You can see him right there up the road. Just look at the gap to the leader. The overcut was actually strong. Because Stan now also is only 3 seconds after his pit stop. Only 3 seconds behind. Really well done on the pit strategy there. Getting in lap 6 was better. Aguilar said he was the best here, or was he one of the best? He's making quite a few mistakes. Pontus just goes down the inside. He has the grip of those new tires. Very well done. We're probably going to see Stan just closing up to Agalos as well. Doesn't seem to have the best race at the moment. Gaps have started to form because, well, you know how it is. People make mistakes, and mistakes get punished really, really easily on this track. As Williux gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. His teammates. Ooh, Agalos almost swiping out Stan. Luckily for Stan, he didn't do that. So Agalos goes into the pits. Hutari promoted up to 4th. Ambi already up to a gap of 4 seconds. Was, I think, 1.3 when they came out of the pits. I'm just losing out. Probably not as speedy on these mediums as he was on the softs, as Stan is also trying to reel him in very slowly. Yellow flag in sector 1, I think that is no, that was Williams actually. He had crashed. Very interesting. Both the BWT Ardens are not doing great, whilst the Prema of Tambi is looking oh so needy. Williux retires. Wasn't having the best race. He already pitted twice. Let's see if we can see where and how he crashed as Stan gets the fastest lap. Oh, the car's already done. Or gone. And with the fastest lap, I'm not gonna lie. I did expect that, but I do see him closing in. Stan probably lapping around the same pace as Tambi. As Pontus was losing a second, whilst Stan was winning a second on Pontus. Oh, and Hutari, he just had made a big mistake. It just cost him so much time. All the speeding in the pit lane. And now really closing up. The gap only 3/4 tenths. Closing up to 2 tenths. And really showing why he is in tier 1. And why he has that pace. Going around the outside, and he's already ahead. But no, Pontus comes back, still side by side. Stan somehow gets by. What a move. But obviously we've already passed the halfway point. We've got 6-ish laps to go. Drivers are coming up to some lap cars right now. Ambi still comfortable in the lead. 6.5 second gap. See how much Stan can reduce that or not. You see Pontus just trying to clamp on, trying to keep with Stan so it doesn't fall too far back. Maybe the DRS will help him out to get some more pace. Eli had a little bit of a mistake there. It was causing yellow flags, which caused F1 champ and Igor to go ahead. Stamby sets the fastest lap. They really... Oh! And responds. These lap times are really close. If we look at the race director, right? 42.469 and a 42.460. That is only 9 thousandths of a second apart. These guys are really close, and it's just such a shame that they're 6 seconds apart, because obviously I'd like to see these guys just battle it out. We look down a little bit. Abby and Hyped are once again close to each other, and it's gonna be interesting to see, will Hyped try to make a move he said he was gonna make. Into the hairpin, into 130R. Yellow flags in sector 3. Nothing wrong there. Terminator now comes really close to Billy. Let's see, will Terminator try and force a mistake? Go on board really quickly with Pontus, as he's probably trying to make a move. Doesn't quite stick it. Also so really close. Pontus is keeping up, and this all is causing Stan to lose time to Tembi, who's looking more and more comfortable in this lead. Terminator looking to have... Ooh, that wasn't the greatest line through there. Yellow flag, that is Otaku, and he's all the way around. That's not the right way to be facing Otaku. Revel's not where you want to be. That is also not the right way. Oh, this is not going well for him. After his crash in Belgium, it has not gone well for him. Watching that, I missed an overtake from Pontus onto Stan, and well, I can only imagine that was in sector 2. Then of course we'll want to get by, because he wants those points. He wants that P2 as Igor retires. Just crashed out. I think he lost his back wheel. Wow, I did not expect that. I did not expect Igor to crash out like that. As Stan just, again, DRS, little bump by Pontus. These two just almost on the same pace every time. Only on the DRS they can overtake each other. Gap now 6/10. And has pulled out a little bit. Tambi gets a 3-second penalty. Of course it doesn't matter because he has a 9-second gap, and Stan also has a penalty. That 9-second gap is just looking so strong. Tambi definitely turned up his pace, probably his better track over. Ah, if we look at it. He brought popcorn. Well, I'd like some. If you don't mind sharing. Oh, it already is a great ending. One's of course having the DRS, but it's just too far back at the moment. The races this far have been really eventful. Battles all round. Never really been boring. It's been boring for one lap maybe this race, but this far it's been really good. To commentate on that, I mean. This battle for P2 that you're seeing right now has been going on for, well, a lot of the laps, to be fair. Qantas sets an almost personal best. First sector. As I can see right now, Stan still holds the fastest lap. It'll be really interesting to see if Tambi can get it, because Tambi can get all fastest lap and the win if he manages to pull out an amazing lap. Qantas now being closer than last lap, activating the DRS, getting into that slipstream, gap decreasing. Just not enough. I think you definitely need a gap of like 3 or 2/10 coming out of the final corner in order to be able to pass. As hyped, just demolishes the fastest lap. He was still in P6. He just wants those 2 extra seconds. He's trying to get that P5 from Dove. They've been battling in Spa already. I'm just making a little bit of a mistake going onto the grass. Is now going a little bit wide through Spoon. Is it a lap car? Lap cars of course are ghosted, so it's always interesting. Keeping an eye on the gap between it doesn't look like it's gonna be close. So now we see Hyped trying to go around the inside of 130R. Just actually gets the move done. Abby, will he go down the... Ooh. That was really close. As Zabi or Abby will get the DRS right now. Is the gap big enough to be able to get by him? gap is closing, choose a side, going a little bit wide and it doesn't get the move done. Oh, hyped with the bottle, oh no. Such a shame. This F1 champ gets disqualified. What happened to him? Just got disqualified. Oh, fair. Yep, I did not see that. Thank you very much. We're on the final lap. And, well, Tammy just has had an amazing race. Going across the line, getting the checkered flag. He got a 5-second time penalty, but it will not matter at all because Stan has a time penalty and he will probably lose his second place. There it is. He lost his second place. But still Stan getting podium. Well, congratulations, Tambi, Stan, Hutari, your top 4 finishes. Now, hyped, even though he made a really big mistake and his tires are probably overcooked, as you could see. He was skirming all over the side. He still got P7 and he gets those extra 2 points. Eli, who hasn't had the greatest race either, still gets P8, which will get him a point. Very well done. Terminator just outside the points. Such a shame. Such a shame. And hyped. It's driver of the day. Well then. I'm sorry, I skipped the podium. I'm used to doing that when I race. But let's have a look at the standings thus far this weekend. Fastest lap goes to hyped. Tambi gets qualifying plus the points, which brings him up to second place in the championship, but Pontus is just so far ahead. 30 points he is ahead right now. Which ensures that even if Pontus does not finish, Tambi cannot overtake him after this 5-lapper. And Abby and Stan actually just going into the power rankings because of a 4th place finish and now a 3rd place finish. Doing really well for Dams. Look at the team standings. Campos is just really still up top. Yeah, I just saw the screenshot. Apparently F1 champ used both tires. What a shame. It looks like Tambi was disqualified in the first race for the same issue that F1 champ was disqualified right now. So this seems to be a recurrent glitch. Lovely. As per usual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And lights out and away we go. Oh, F1 champ gets a drive through. Jumping to start. What a shame, what a shame. Hyped has that pole. Will he get off well enough? Eli battling his way through. Dangerous Dove already picking up 1 place. Pontus already picking up 2. Hutari already losing 2. Stan starting on P6, still in P6. Whitelow Billy. Oh, Tambi. I don't know what happened to Tambi, but he's all the way back here. He lost 10 places. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What is happening over here? That rhymes. This is really unfortunate for our 2nd place in the championship right now. He has to fight his way back in this 5-lapper. As he almost gets gifted the position. MB gets a 3-second time penalty for ignoring a yellow flag. He's not having the best 5-lapper of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's focus our eyes on the teammates, Oswaldo and Otaku. That was really close. There's carbon fiber going everywhere as Pontus. I did not expect that. Pontus is having not the best race. Whiteload Billy winning 10 places in the first lap. Otaku winning 8 places on the first lap. And who will come out on top in turn 1? I think it will be Otaku. I don't know how hard Josh is going to send it. Josh did not send it. Hyped already on a big gap of 3 seconds almost. Action-packed this race. Already, I mean, 5 lappers always. Everyone wants to get out in front as soon as possible. Will Stan be able to get 2 podiums in a row? Currently, looks like he has a good chance on that. He has proven to be quicker than Dove and Eli. Billy. What a start. Man we've seen grow and grow through the years, through the games in league racing. Has become quicker and quicker and cleaner and cleaner. Wow, he's came from last place in 6th place right now. Very well done. Pontus outside the points. Tambi almost out. And Pontus retires. Oh no. Wait, where is his car? Oh, okay, I think he just DNF'd. He retired on track. What a shame. And there's a car going through the gravel here again. Oh, almost taking a car with him. It is Whitelow Billy. Commentator's curse? Who knows? Let's have a look back to Stan, because he is side by side with Dangerous Dove, and he muscles his way through onto 3rd place. Will Eli fall prey to him once again? Pontus Johansson, our leader, is out. I said he won't lose the lead in the championship by not scoring any points, but that didn't mean that he shouldn't score any points today in the last race. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, and Whitelow Billy is disqualified for going the wrong way. And Otaku Logan gets a 2-second penalty. That is not good in this 5-lapper where you get punished so quickly for losing out. Everything is so close. Oh no. Yep. That is really unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. I will probably see that in the stewards later on tonight, but on first glance that just seemed like a regular racing incident, which is, the room was not great, and we got a yellow sector 2 and 3. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Hyped with a 140.9, fastest lap of the race. Will anybody be able to top that? You see Eli behind Oswaldo now. Still another yellow flag. Ambi. Remember, he was in 18th place at the start, or after the start. He's now made up 2 places from his starting position. He's now back up into 6th. Will he be able to get a top 5 finish to minimize the points lost? Because, well, Stan was really was quite close to him in the championship, and can't afford to lose that much, especially now that Stan is in a quite comfortable P2 position. Go and look. And again, this is not, ladies and gentlemen, this is not how F2 cars are supposed to be passing each other. Oh, Atari, that rejoin was sketch. That was truly sketch. Go on board with Igor. Hasn't lost 1 place from the start. Hasn't had the greatest time at Suzuka. And he forced Erminator into a mistake. Don't know why he's on the mediums, to be honest. This is a 5-lapper. Igor, this is a 5-lapper. I think your Jeff is Jeff might be slightly drunk. I don't know. Dangerous Dove has probably made a mistake because, oh, this suddenly we have a 2.5 seconds instead of a second. Now we go and look at Alex and Hutari. Hutari closing up to Los Alexos and just breezes past. What a straight line speed from Hutari. Something we've not seen before today. Passes have been tough. Tambi, the wrong way. Tambi just closed down that 2.4 second gap in a lap and a half. It's already the final lap of the race, so this will be really interesting. Will Tambi be able to get a move done on Eli, or is it too late? Did he catch him too late? Exit out of the corner is really, really good. Already winning up 3/10 of a second. Winning up to 4. He tried to go for it. He might go for it in 130R if he has a good exit. What it seems like, Eli has a decent exit, but the slipstream is strong. Really strong. Gap is within a 10th right now. Oh, and he just went for it. Eli had a really bad 130R and just gave the position away. As Hyped gets the win. Over Stan, over Dangerous Dove. Dangerous Dove with the first podium of the evening. Oswaldo with the recovery drive. Really well done. Tambi with the recovery drive. Otaku getting that P7. 7 places gained. Tari getting that final points position. I think Hyped Schultz just getting pole, fastest lap, and the win. Showing that he had the pace here. Well done to Hyped. Oh, we still have a battle for P13. And Igor takes it. So much carnage. So much carnage. Alex getting driver of the day. I feel like that's slightly deserved. And this brings us to the end of our regular scheduled broadcasting. This was the last race of tonight. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope to see you all next week. Because next week, we have the final 2 rounds of this incredibly exciting championship. Next week will bring us to Britain and Brazil, to high-speed tracks. And yes, Stewart's Room is gonna be spicy. Looking at the standings once more. Hyped, now second place when Tamby minimizes his loss and is now equal with Stan. It's all quite close, the battle for second. And to be fair, if Pontus finishes in the points, I think 2 or 3 races of the last 4, he might have this in the bag. He's so far ahead. With such fast people so close behind him, who will know? Next week we're gonna have some podium interviews for the winners. But for this week, that's me done. I'm Blue Jean, your host, and I hope to see you next week. Maybe I'll have a co-commentator then if he isn't sick. And yeah, good night.